In this video, I'm going to be attempting something that most Amazon FBA sellers just aren't even thinking about yet. I'm going to try and use artificial intelligence to find profitable product leads for my Amazon FBA store. Now, if you have been watching this channel for a while, you're going to know that sourcing is the single most important skill in this business. The inventory that you choose to buy determines whether or not you actually make money. Over the past 3 years, I've sold over £5 million worth of products on Amazon, and that has netted me over 700 grand in profit in the process. And all of that just comes down to sourcing high ROI, fast selling products. But here's the question, right? Can AI actually do this for us? Is my job finished? Am I out of the job? Can it analyze data from websites? Can it spot profitable deals? And can it do it quicker than a human can? Or, is it just going to be another overhyped tech thing that just sounds cool but doesn't actually work in the real world? So today we're going to find out. I'm going to test a few different AI tools. I'm going to feed them some real Amazon data. I'm going to compare the results to how I normally source, and we'll see if artificial intelligence can genuinely compete with a £30,000 per month Amazon FBA business. Now, if this does work, this could completely change how beginners get started. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm sure when a lot of you guys are thinking about AI, you're probably thinking about ChatGPT. So of course, we've got to give ChatGPT a go. On screen now, you can see I'm on the Notino website, classic place to source. Not the best place to source from, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to use it as a kind of example website because there are usually a fair few deals on here, even if they do tend to get tanked because there's too much competition. But yeah, let's have a look. So we've got this sales page, and I want ChatGPT to basically look through this website. I want it to match up these to Amazon listings in one way or another, and I want it to kind of check the price on Amazon, and I'm going to tell it that it needs to find products that are at least 50% lower than the price on Amazon. So if there's something on Notino for £5, on Amazon it's £10, I want to flag it up. My logic behind this is because usually you need that sort of margin to be able to sell stuff on Amazon. It's usually got to be about 50% off, if not more, because of the fees, postage, stuff like that. And obviously ChatGPT does not have access to Keeper or SellerAmp SaaS or ProfitGo or any of these sort of softwares. So I've got to just give it like a very simple task. Let's structure the prompt now. So I'm going to say to look through this website, buy any products through the entire sales category that are more than 50% cheaper than Amazon. Now, I'm not just going to click send. I'm going to click on this little plus icon, and I'm going to click agent mode. Now, the reason we're going to go in agent mode is if we just paste this in as text, as far as I know, it's not going to be able to do that. Agent mode is supposed to be something where ChatGPT basically is able to interact with websites, it's able to control the computer. So we're going to hit start on that. Yeah, see what it does. So you can see on screen, you can see it is actually seemingly loading up the browser. You can even see Notino right there and then live. So the sales category has 91 pages. I'm just trying to read what it's thinking of sorts. So yeah, you can see it's really interesting, honestly. Like being able to, from like a computer science standpoint, it's pretty mad. I'm currently watching a robot scroll through Notino with just AI, and it seems to visually identify stuff on the page. So it's pretty interesting. This is probably going to take a while, so I'm going to leave it for just a little bit, and we'll check back in once it is finished up. Now, next up, we've got Google Gemini. So it's pretty similar to ChatGPT. I mean, looks almost identical, and obviously does the same sort of thing. Both these softwares as well, for ChatGPT and Gemini, I've got kind of the plus or pro versions or whatever it's called. So we should expect the best performance possible. So yeah, we're just going to give it the exact same prompt, and let's see if there's an agent mode or anything. Got create image. I would say none of these really apply, so I'm just going to hit submit and hope that it can figure out what to do. So it does seem to be doing something. I can see it's maybe doing it. So again, we'll check back in 10 minutes or so once it's finished processing, and we'll see what it's actually managed to do. Just quickly checking back in on the ChatGPT. It's not done yet, but it is interesting. I can see it is at least trying to load up the pages on Amazon, but it does say we do not support your session or client for Amazon. So I'm not super confident in how this is going to go. I mean, we'll keep waiting to the end. Maybe it figures out how to get around that, but it's not looking good. All right, Gemini has actually finished doing it, and I've not checked it yet. We'll go through this, but so far it's looking interesting. This finished a lot quicker than ChatGPT, by the way, as well. So yeah, let's have a look through what it's found and see if it's actually analyzed this correctly, and see if we've actually found any deals. So we've got this, says it's £6.8 with discount code, correct? So I didn't even tell it, look at the discount codes and like apply them, but it already did it. So that's pretty good. Definitely helpful that Notino does have it clearly displayed, though. I'm sure if it wasn't there, it wouldn't be able to figure that out. So yeah, let's have a look and try and find this item on Amazon. So this is saying that on Amazon it's going for between 15 and 19 pounds. Let's have a look. So we've got this listing. There's a couple of listings for this. No way. I think it may have actually found something. So let's enter the stats, right? So it's £6.08. I think this is VAT inclusive and like prep fees and stuff included in this profit. But yeah, I mean, this seems to sell well. So yes, 400 mil. It's definitely the correct product. Yeah, pretty sure that's the same. 100 sales a month, so it sells really well. So let me just scroll down and analyze this listing. So let's look at the price history. So, ooh, price history has been a little bit lower. I don't know where it was getting like £19. I don't think I've seen this at £19. Maybe it's another listing or something. So it has dropped down, and you know, it's not crazy profit either. You know, so you're only making a £1 profit. So obviously it's a bit price sensitive, but at least right now it is profitable and it's selling well. Offers are dropping off as well. There's 8 FBA sellers. I mean, I've not sold this brand before, so I wasn't sure if it's private label, but it doesn't seem to be. You know, there's lots of other arbitrage sellers on it, and you can always tell because they've usually only got like between 1 and 100 or a couple hundred reviews. So yeah, I'm really shocked by this, to be quite honest. I didn't think this was gonna work. I thought it would just, yeah, not work. I mean, it's definitely not the best lead. Obviously, you've got the price history to worry about. It's got a fair few sellers on it. And to be fair, you know, it's on Latino. It's probably going to have a fair more sellers on this in the future. But at least right now, I'm pretty impressed, considering it's the first product I've checked so far. And it's actually profitable and actually viable. I'm impressed. Well done, Gemini. So yeah, let's check a couple more. So next up, we've got this exclamation. So let's have a look for this one. Okay, there we go. So this is yeah, perfume. It is the correct price again, and the price on Latino, and the price on Amazon even. So let's have a look for the Amazon listings. So we've got this listing, we got this listing. They're all the same price anyway, so roughly the same price. I don't think it would make a big difference. And yeah, how much is this? £3.51. Some cheap perfume. This is very interesting. So this one is not quite cheap enough, I would say. Just because it's a low price item. Obviously, if this was a more expensive product, say it was 20 quid on Latino, 40 quid on Amazon, you would definitely be making profit because it's such a cheap item. Obviously, the FBA fees, you basically pay for postage for Amazon, so they're kind of fixed. You know, you're paying like between 2 and 4 quid usually for a smallish item like this. So it's just not expensive enough for that FBA fee to kind of cover it. But I'm not gonna lie, this is interesting because it's a very straight graph. I mean, we're at 8.86 right now, but it's been higher. You know, we're seeing highs of like £9.38, just a bit low. I wouldn't buy this personally, but it shows the potential. Because I've never done this before doing this video. I just didn't think this would work. I think the only downside here is there's a fair few other sellers on this listing. Obviously it's Latino, it's commonly sourced site. This other listing as well, basically super similar listings, similar kind of price history, similar, well, basically same seller count and all that. So really the only problem with this is the fees are a little bit high on Amazon. It's just too cheap of a product. But that's very, very interesting that it has pulled that off. All right, let's check another product, because yeah, we're not done yet. Oh no, we are done, never mind. So I wonder if it's actually gone through, because if you've used AI, I use AI a fair bit for things, and it does tend to hallucinate. Sometimes it's just kind of wrong. It does seem to have kind of done the job here, but it's only found those 2 leads. This one was okay. This one I probably wouldn't buy. But as a proof of concept, the first time ever doing this and running it on just one single page, I am definitely impressed. It's definitely done a much better job than ChatGPT, let me say that. Now, definitely if there was some way to hook up Google Gemini to like SAS or ProfitGo and like other kind of like Keeper and like the actual tools that as a human seller I use to check listings, if it could hook up to that, I think that would be the kind of mind-blowing moment where my job would no longer exist and I could just get a robot to do it. So I'm just going to check back in on ChatGPT, and it's not looking good. So it failed for some reason. It just says, I'm sorry, but I can't open the link. I mean, we saw it on screen. It was going through the Latino website at one point, but it seemed to be struggling with Amazon. Don't really know what's caused that. I told it to continue, and it's just been stuck, just saying working. It doesn't say anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah, still plodding away. It's taken a very long time. I'm not super confident that this is going to end up with any leads. All right, so I've just checked ChatGPT, and it's done the same thing again. It's just the same seemingly not right bit of text that doesn't really make sense to me. It's not working. I think we gotta give up on this one and try something else. Now obviously ChatGPT, Gemini, they're not really made for this, you know, they're more for kind of general tasks. I mean, I'm definitely still pretty amazed at what Gemini was capable of, but it's not perfect. You know, it found 2 leads on a site with like 90 pages of products. I definitely think it's missing some stuff. You know, it's impressive it found those 2 products, but they weren't even that great, to be honest. I mean, one of them I wouldn't buy. But the good news is there is actually software out there that is completely specialized for this and leverages AI to automatically flag up deals for you from across the internet. That software is called the Amazon Genius Bot, and it's part of the LiveCops subscription. So LiveCops is a Discord group. We've got like leads going in there. We've got a whole community of hundreds of Amazon sellers, got loads of other stuff, even outside of Amazon. We've got eBay flips, Pokemon stuff. But specifically today, let's talk about the AI Genius Bot. So on screen now, you'll be able to see just these set of channels on the side here. This is basically the Genius AI deals section. So we've got a whole bunch of different things in there. We've got the A2A bot, which just monitors for basically price drops on Amazon that you can basically buy at a low price, whether that's kind of a sale that's gone on or a price error most of the time. And then you can sell that back onto Amazon at the full price. So it's a really popular way of making money on Amazon. You can see here at 4:46 a.m. this morning, picked up this Funko Pop McLaren racing thing. So this was going for £5. Sells 100 times a month. It's even connected to SaaS, as you can see here. And yeah, profit's really nice. ROI is really nice. Profit's okay, but you know, it's a cheap item anyway. But the volume is really, really good. So you could buy 100 of these and you've made 186 quid. And we can see now as well, if we open this listing up, you can see, yeah, Amazon did in fact appear at £5 very briefly. Has just gone out of stock since. You can see we've got a super straight graph and the listing's now at £15. So that's even better than we thought. We're making £2.87 profit per unit. This is the exact sort of stuff that you want to be buying as an A2A kind of person buying Amazon to Amazon deals. So we've got the Amazon section, also got business discounts. We've got the Amazon to Amazon business deals section. So here is basically deals that you can buy with an Amazon business account. Amazon basically do discounts for businesses because of, you know, businesses tend to buy more products. And this just focuses just on those sort of deals. So you can see here, this was going for 29 quid business price. Average price was about 50 quid sale price, which is really good ROI and profit. And again, amazing volume. You've also got Amazon to Amazon EU picks. So for this, it basically picks up deals from across European regions. You see this one's Amazon France, this is Amazon Germany, and it will basically flag up arbitrage opportunities where it's much cheaper in another country, much more expensive in the UK. This one actually looks pretty insane. I mean, £16 in Germany, it's going for £46 in Amazon in the UK. Even the, you know, the average price is like 33 quid. Looks really, really good. And again, amazing volume. There's £7 profit per unit. You buy 100 of those, you got £700 in profit. And then we've also got the Genius OA section. So Amazon to Amazon is kind of easy to make bots for, but Genius OA is really, really special because it actually hunts for deals across the internet from literally over 100 different websites. And it will use the same technique of using AI to analyze those listings. It loads up the data in Keeper, loads it up in SellerAmp SaaS, has a look at all the profit statistics, and basically gives it a score from 1 to 5 as to whether or not it thinks it's a good deal. Now, we only post the deals that are scored at least a 3 out of 5 because anything below that, obviously, it's just not worth buying. As you can see here, though, it's doing really great at the moment. We got this exploding kitten set. So you see, yep, it is right now in stock at £8 on John Lewis. And if we have a look at the Amazon listing, so yeah, does 500 sales a month. We're talking about £1.60 quid profit per unit. Nothing crazy, but obviously the volume's there. It's definitely one of those items you just load up on as many units as you can. 24% ROI, so that's really solid. Price history definitely has some low points, but you can see it does rebound quite regularly to £19. It kind of hovers between like 15 and £19. So I'd just hold it for those higher prices. And you can see the sales volume is incredible throughout the year, but especially around Christmas. I mean, last Christmas, this went all the way to 5,000 units per month, which is pretty impressive for whatever this thing even is. So you've also got this other deal here. This one's only a 3 out of 5, probably because of this kind of slightly unstable price history, but this is £35 right now. Asda, George, Direct, whatever you want to call it, £35 here. So if you have a little look, we can see it sells 200 times per month. Right now, we're making about £5.40 profit per unit. ROI is not amazing. It's all right, nothing terrible. But again, the sales volume is really good on these. It sells really, really well throughout the year. Got a fair few other sellers already on it. Not the best lead in the world, but you know, It's a 3 out of 5. And there are so many deals like this. I mean, literally loads and loads get posted every single day. And all you got to do is literally monitor this feed. Anytime you get a notification through from Discord saying a new product has been posted in one of these channels, because you will get notifications for these, you can then act straight away to buy that before anyone else does. So after testing all of that, here's the honest verdict. ChatGPT just completely failed. Gemini did okay. I mean, it did flag up a couple potential leads, but it still needed me to actually check it with Keeper and Profit Go. So didn't really do the job. So the key takeaway from this is definitely that artificial intelligence can be extremely powerful, but generic AI tools just don't understand FBA the same way a real seller does. They don't understand buy box rotation, they don't understand IP risks, they don't understand price tanking patterns, and they definitely don't understand how competitive certain listings and certain sites can get overnight. But now you know how to utilize AI to source deals effectively. Instead of just asking ChatGPT to guess profitable products, you need to use software that is built specifically for resellers by resellers. And that is exactly why LiveCops Genius is so powerful. It tracks over 100 different websites around the clock, 24/7. It literally brings the deals to you, which means instead of just sitting at your desk all day for hours and hours trying to manually source these websites, you can instead spend more time scaling your business, or more time actually just enjoying the lifestyle that this business gives you. Because the goal at the end of the day isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. AI isn't going to be fully replacing Amazon sellers anytime soon, but I know for certain that the sellers who use the right tools are going to definitely be replacing the ones who are not using them. So if you do want to check out LiveCops Genius, the link is down below in the video description to join the group. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.